Hi, everybody. Welcome to our now weekly 5-minute ethics chat. So I'm just going to go over where I think you should focus your studying for chapters 6 and 10. And that is the homework that is due this week. And then there will be a quiz next week. So the really important things to know are the reasons for the nursing shortage. Now, there's a nice chart on page 88 that you can look at that has a list of all of the reasons. But it's also important to kind of read or at least skim those little bits again and again. Um, I think it's a good idea to know some obscure reasons as well as the well-known reasons. Um, we also need to know the reasons that people are leaving the nursing industry. So, again, in page 88, you can find some answers there. Um, that's anything from um, retiring out, workplace dissatisfaction, not enough pay, things like that. So really make sure that you know at least a couple of really solid reasons why people are leaving the nursing industry. Um, it's really important that you understand the minimum staffing ratios. So what I would do if I were you is make a T-chart and write arguments for minimum staffing ratios on one side and arguments against minimum staffing ratios on the other side. That can benefit you greatly just to have it listed out like that, and then you don't need to remember every single reason in depth. It's important to know and understand the California legislation. Um, there will be a lot of stuff on the test, or I'm sorry, on the homework about the California legislation and which states follow a minimum staffing ratio, um, and which ones have staffing committees, even, is very important. Um, understand the struggles of the ratios. So patient ratios, and nursing ratios rather look like a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2. However, there are a billion exceptions to that rule. You don't have to know all billion, but you should be able to understand some of the struggles to keep that 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 minimum ratio, and why it's really hard for some hospitals, why some are seeking waivers, um, and then why, it works for some or why it's required to work for some. You'll find most of that on page 148 in your book, so make sure you're really giving that a good read. And then please understand the at all times clause. So that has to do with the staffing ratios needing to stay either a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 at all times, no matter if it's breaks or lunches or emergencies come in, whatever happens, they still have to maintain that ratio. So please also look at the section in the book that is the at all times clause. So if you have any questions, please email me. I know a lot of you said that you were interested in a discussion. This is definitely easier to do in a discussion than a lecture. So I'm just going to give you some, I guess, study tips and direction of where to focus your energy for this week. I'll do this again next week. I'll have it ready for you on Monday, and it will be over next week's reading. All right, have a good one.